Hello. So it's solstice, and I was thinking of making some chocolate, and I just wanted to share with you how I do it. I love making chocolate. It's just one of my favorite things. I love combining different ingredients, playing with different textures and different flavors, and putting it all together. It's a really fun and playful experience, and sharing it with my friends is just one of the most beautiful things. So I'm going to share with you how I make chocolate. And well, the first thing I'll say is I don't have a specific way. I kind of just make it up each time. So I'm just going to make it up right now and show you the general way in which I do that. The key is just kind of put everything together in a bowl. To start, you've got chocolate. Actually, this is carob. So I'm just going to put some carob in a bowl. And then I'm going to put some chocolate. I like to combine carob and chocolate because they're just, they taste great together. Alright, this is about, looks like 60% chocolate, cacao, and 40% carob. Then you just add other things. Some salt is good. And a sweetener. All I have right now is molasses, and that's going to be interesting. So I'm going to add molasses to this. The molasses is one of those things that you either like it or you don't, and I go through phases. We'll see how that works out. Coconut oil is a great thing to add. It creates cohesion, and if you refrigerate your chocolate, it'll kind of keep it all together. It adds a good nutty flavor. So you can just, take the coconut oil straight from a jar, but then you gotta, if it's cold, like it is right here, you have to smush it up a lot. So it's kind of cool to melt the coconut oil first, then you can just pour it in. But I recommend pouring the oil in after you put the main ingredients in. Otherwise, the coconut oil could harden again, and then you'd have to mix it up. So here we have a good globin of coconut oil. Just going to pour that in. And you want to mix it all together before the oil hardens. So I use a large quantity of oil, and that's going to make this very fudgy. You can already see that it's pretty darn fudgy. And that's great if I want fudge. But I'm not really looking for fudge right now. I think I really want something that I can just hold, and bite into. So as a result, I'm going to have to compensate for the massive amount of oil that I just put in, and put in more chocolate. We don't want to get it too chocolatey, or at least I don't, because that can be kind of intense. Some other ingredients that I like to add are nuts. So before this video, I began grinding up some Brazil nuts here. Let's show you the Brazil nuts. So with a nice mortar and pestle, just, chopping them up. Sometimes I use sunflower seeds or, anything really. Brazil nuts have really, really rich, fatty, nutty flavor. It kind of complements the coconut oil. And I think the rich and fatty flavors are a really good complement to the sweetness that you get from whatever sweetener you're using. So I didn't make it smooth. This is going to be kind of crunchy. So this is going to be a Brazil nut crunchy kind of carob chocolate. And I'm going to put a whole bunch in there. So again, I'm still wanting to compensate for all the oil that I put in. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's mix it up and see what it looks like in there. Yeah, now it's starting to get a little more solid. Another way to do all this is something my friend taught me. It's called, maybe it's called making mud or something like that. I forgot what the word was. but you basically put all the ingredients in a Cuisinart and push the button. Oh, smells so, wow. The molasses makes it really interesting. So, wow. We're not done. Cayenne pepper. You don't want to put too much unless you want it really spicy, which I do. So I'm gonna put a whole bunch in there. Yeah, that's gonna be really intense. I really like eating cayenne pepper when it's cold. It's really warming inside. And I think chocolate isn't necessarily like inherently compatible with the cold season, but it's a wonderful treat. And adding things like spices, I like to add cumin. I don't have any cumin on me right now, but cumin's a really nice spice. Cayenne's really sharp, so it kind of gives this like heat towards the ends of the bite, whereas cumin is sort of a rounder spiciness that starts pretty much in the beginning and sustains throughout the entire sensory experience. So you know how tastes are, you taste something and there are all these different experiences from the beginning to the end, and it's just fun and fascinating to play with different ingredients and textures and tastes. So now it's looking pretty, globby, which is more towards what I'm looking for. I'm gonna taste it. Whoa. Wow. Okay, I want something else. I'm not sure how I feel about the molasses. Wow. Whoa, that spice is amazing. Let's see, I feel like there's something else that it wants. It's like kind of on the sweet side to work with the molasses. Now, this is what I might do. This is very unique. I'm going to take an orange. I'm going to squeeze it into the chocolate. Oh, this is going to be so good. Okay, I just squeeze a good amount of orange into this, which of course is going to make it more fudgy again, but it's going to add that sweetness that I wanted. And oh wow, the orange flavor works really well. Think about orange and coconut oil and Brazil nut and just the combination of all of that. Carob is really good. I feel carob is one of those things that works well with a lot of different flavors. It has a sort of like, it's strong and unique, but it's kind of neutral. Like it could adopt very well to lots of different things. Wow. 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 Okay, that's really good. So I'm gonna add a little something to again thicken it. What shall that be? Maybe a little more carob. And a little more Brazil. I'm gonna chop that up a little more. Get more powdery. I really like the crunch. Part of the joy of eating is not just the flavor and not just the flow of flavor throughout the whole experience, but the actual sensory experience, the texture and the feel and how it interacts with our mouth and our body and even our hands. I tend to eat most things with my hands, and I mean that's a big part of the experience. This is a really fun thing to do if you want to just like light a candle, set up a big towel or sheet, and get all of your ingredients. I have ingredients and I'm probably not, or maybe I will use it, but vitamin mineral green powder, and I think I'll use some sesame seeds. Sesame's a really good flavor too, and I feel like it's also one of those things that it doesn't always work, but works really well with chocolate quite often. And chia, well, we'll use chia a little bit later. I like to roll things in chia sometimes, because chia is it's got a hearty flavor, but it's also kind of neutral, and it has a good crunch to it. And especially in this case, when the chocolate's kind of wet, it's really nice to roll it in something that can kind of hold it together in a solid way, and chia is excellent for that. So yeah, to kind of get all of your ingredients out on the table, and let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get another bowl here. I'm going to put some chia in this bowl. Take a glob of cacao. It's a big glob. Now, because of the coconut oil, one thing about it being very moist is once you refrigerate it, it will harden. And if you eat it when it's, or even freeze it, you know, and you eat it at that state, this is beautiful. Take a look. See? Chia seed cacao ball. You put that in there. Make a couple of these. So yeah, you could sit down with all of your ingredients and put on some music and, you know, set an intention, or, you know, just really whatever you're doing it for. It's just such a wonderful and fun experience. Sometimes I like to do that with someone else, and we both just kind of take whatever ingredients we want and make things and try what the other person's trying. It's really joyful. I like to work with avocados a lot. Avocados are one of my favorite food. And you can do a lot with cacao and avocados and, you know, cacao pudding. Right. Delicious. Well, thanks for watching. Blessed solstice.